Guys, and welcome back to Murderbot. This is episode 5. Apologize for the long wait. It's been one hell of a week. But we're here with episode 5. What happened previously though? If I can remember. Um this is why I take notes, because they're all over the place, unfortunately. I should have okay. I think last episode it was just a fight between our sec unit, Toby, and the what would you call it? A combat unit? An assassin unit? I think I've been calling it an arse unit just because. But I think it's like a combat unit or something. We had a big fight there. And I think that's pretty much it, actually. We ended the episode though with the combat module overriding our standard security protocol stuff, and he was about to start killing all the humans, but then he's killed himself. Like, yeah, he shot himself and then he fell to the ground, and that's where we sort of ended the episode. But I'm assuming they're just gonna put him in his little 3D printer and deal with that. But that's basically all I've got written down for the last episode. Yeah, we did learn a little bit about indentured servitude to the bond company, but other than that, that was basically about it. So before we get to this episode, though, I just want to read some comments out that I got from the last video, so thank you very much for those. And we will start with Melissa Giroux. In the books, the company does have a name, but we don't know what that name is. The books are called The Murderbot Diaries and are first-person accounts from the Murderbot's point of view, the implication being that it's sharing records of its own experiences with us. Anyway, you find out at one point that whenever the name of the company is mentioned, it deliberately edits it out and replaces it with the words "the company," which is why we don't know what the company is called. Okay. Thank you very much for that. Have they done that in this show? Like, literally blanked out other things and just called it, like, the company? I haven't been paying too much attention to that. I didn't actually know that was a thing. So if they've done that in the show, let me know. Oh yeah, and you also comment that Apple released a video of the Sanctuary Moon intro on the YouTube channel. It came out when this episode did. It's fun stuff. It is fun. As soon as I saw that comment, I actually went and watched it a couple of times. Not gonna lie to you, it is fun stuff. It kind of gets stuck in your head after a little while. Yes, thank you for those, Melissa. We'll go with Cameo Amalthea, who says the brave little toaster reaction video when classic 90s hand-drawn animated musical. It's based on a kid's book, and in the book there's a whole bit where the appliances are like, we aren't men or women, we're appliances, we are it, when trying to interact with squirrels. The cartoon movie uses he for everyone, though the toaster is voiced by a woman. Okay. I still need to look into that too. Brave little toaster. I'm gonna write that one down. Brave little toaster. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for the reminder. We will go with Ziggy Tricks. Actually, this is a pretty long one. Let's see. I've read the books, but I'll try not to say anything that hasn't been shown in the show. Some of this is not so explicit in the show, so skip these comments if you want to be absolutely safe from possible semi-spoilers. Okay, well, whatever. The weird memory fragment event appears to be pre-refurb. The mining colony contract where it hacks its governor module takes place after that, because you're right, they would probably have found the issue with its governor module if the refurb happened after, and it thinks that they'd melt it down if they found out it had done this. Seeing how it hasn't been melted down, I think it's safe to assume that this is correct, and the timeline does line up with the book. details about the memory fragment aren't revealed till book 2, but there might be a tiny bit more info revealed in the next episode or so. Yeah, I've seen a few comments telling me that it's happened pre-refurb, which makes sense. So it actually makes me curious. Again, I'm sure we're going to get the answers to this at some point in the next couple of episodes, but the memory fragments that we've got, I think it's like 7 seconds of. Is it Toby or is it another bot that's either gone rogue or is being I don't want to say controlled. I want to say the stuff has been overridden by the combat module stuff. I don't know why they would attack the mining colony. If it was the last day, I mean, we all saw them celebrating. If it was their last day, and maybe it was their last day of indentured servitude or something, and they just decided to kill everybody there and then cover it up somehow. I don't know. That's just a question we've got. Hopefully we get the answers to. About how often the going rogue thing happens, I think it's like airplane crashes in our world. They do happen, but it's really rare. And of course, it's always a huge mini story when it does happen. Doesn't seem to be rare these days. I've been hearing stories in America. Although it's probably one plane out of a couple of thousand that does it. But it's been happening a lot last couple of months. Planes crashing. So maybe people in this world have an inflated sense of how often it actually happens, and maybe a bit of it is also because Rogue Sec Unit tries to kill its clients is a trope in their entertainment media too. Yeah. At the end of this episode, Murderbot tells the audience this bad guy is trying to make it look like a Rogue Sec Unit is to blame for all the death, but we can see this is all a setup. As for who the bad guy really is, all I will say is keep watching. Thank you for the info. Nothing actually really spoilery in that comment at all. Yeah, it is a setup. It is a bit of a cover-up. I just don't know why. Because they obviously did it with, the mining colony. They're doing it with this expedition, but why? Is the answer that we hopefully get this season. I thought it had something to do with, the alien tech that's on here, and they're just trying to keep it a secret or something. Again, don't know why. It may have something to do with the bad press about the sec units going rogue, and that's why they're in that first episode they were pushing the newer model, which of course is just good business sense, but it also could be this one's brand new, it hasn't been refurbished, it doesn't need to be refurbished, it's not going to go rogue like the other ones, the older models, could be something like that. But who knows, man, we're going to get there eventually. Thais Bryant 4828 says, "You're fun," and I completely agree. I know I am. Moogie SRO says, "He spent more time writing notes than actually watching the thing. What's the point if you just end up missing half of it?" I'm not missing half of it, hence why I've got headphones as well, so I'm still hearing everything. And because of my notes are basically here, I still do have one eye on the screen, so I'm not really missing much. I may miss some stuff, but I'm not missing much. Pretty much, that's all the comments. I do thank you for them. Actually, yeah, there's some replies to one of them. Let's see. Tamar Lindsay says, "The combat override gadget stops the governor module from protecting humans. It downloads the code, then it takes 10 minutes to execute the code. Then a formerly normal sec unit seems to have gone rogue because the sabotage code orders it to kill humans." Leah Demoa says, "The books never say anything about a combat override module stopping the governor module. When this scene happens in the books, MB says that the combat override module is downloading instructions into me, not into the governor module. The book basically describes the governor module as a shot collar with a foreign device attached to the sec unit's brain that punishes the sec unit when it doesn't follow orders by zapping it with excruciatingly painful electricity. Whereas a combat override module actually takes direct control of a sec unit's mind. If I understand the books correctly, a combat override module bypasses the governor module entirely and downloads the code directly into the cybernetic parts of a sec unit's brain and turns off the sec unit's ability to think for itself and make its own decisions. That is a very good point. Because I thought the governor module was like its DNA, essentially. Like, you got your core code in the governor module. And then you have, I don't know, there's probably like a security module that they put in there for a security unit. And then the combat unit kind of overrides the security part and overwrites some of the core things, like not killing any humans or anything like that. Somehow. It might be more of a... How do I put it? Like, it's a combat unit, it's a military thing, it turns it into a soldier, and it sees humans as the enemy, and so it starts killing the enemy. And that's what it kind of overrides. It completely... I don't know if it completely destroys the security module or something like that, but... Like, it does definitely override it and overrides parts of the governor module for sure, but it doesn't, like... it doesn't stop the governor module. And it's that bit at the end of the episode too, where again, how do I put it? At the end of the episode where he shoots himself, I don't think that's part of the combat module. You know what I'm saying? I think that's still the fact that he hacked his governor module and he had some semblance of free will towards the end there. And he was willing to destroy itself. I mean, Toby was willing to destroy itself so that he wouldn't comply with the combat module coding and kill all the humans. So there's definitely some override happening, but because he's hacked his module, he was able to have that semblance of free will. But yes, I mean, it's been, 15 minutes? Let's just get on with the episode, guys. I thank you all very much for the comments. Keep them coming. I do appreciate the love and support. And I do want to remind everyone that my Patreon is now live with $5 a month. You can get the full-length reactions to all these episodes and every other show I'm doing on this channel. But now, without further ado, I've wasted enough time. So let's get to episode 5, shall we?
Guess I'm not dead, despite
Nope.
my best
36
efforts.
performance reliability, okay.
Now,
Hostile
how did I get
code
here?
detected.
I need to kill him.
So that's the governor module picking that up, I'm guessing?
Don't do this.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah.
Sec unit? Is it,
We have to get it to the habitat. See if we can fix it.
Get it
Fix
to his
me.
3D printer.
Why'd I even bother to shoot myself?
Yeah. This thing is heavy.
it's not a thing, it's a person.
Yes, I know.
Oh, I'm sorry, kid, it's really awful.
Harada, grab a weapon.
It's not a thing, it's a person. It's a person, not a thing. I'm right there. It's Wizard of Oz. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
What are you doing? That is a doubtful uniform. Oh, no, are you okay?
Jeez.
Don't shoot. Please help me.
Glad one of them's alive at least.
Still twitching, huh?
I'm sorry. That sec unit that you just squished, it just killed 2 of our units. And it did something to the other one. And then it started shooting everyone. Our sec unit went rogue.
Wait, is that one alive?
Is that one alive?
I don't know.
but it will not hurt you.
Not unless you're
HX
stupid enough to take me to my repair kit.
No idea what any of that is. And that's just the writing on the screen,
Idiots.
on the camera. Though I don't know where that camera was. Must be on the home, the habitat. What do you want to call
Your name?
Sorry to ask, but do you have any idea whose sec unit that was that attacked your habitat?
No, I have no idea. So, in order to save you, your sec unit shot itself.
Yeah, that was pretty heroic.
Yeah.
Our sec unit was just like. It's like an episode of Rogue War Tracker Infinite Tribulation.
Terrible show.
It's a great show.
Okay, we need to see the evidence.
It was forced to attack your habitat. The question is, why?
I don't know.
Hmm.
I didn't know they have faces.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, to be honest, it's not unattractive.
Right.
Do you think it has a pee-pee?
It does not. It's candled.
I don't know. I think maybe you're in shock.
Because it doesn't really need one. Can you imagine if it did have one, though, and then could kind of go to any length you wanted it to? Press the balls to vibrate, and then kind of could turn or go in any sort of direction.
Is she
like
in
a big
shock, or
worm,
is she using this as like a
deep as you want?
distraction
It's
from
just
keeping them from asking
a
questions?
picture, but you probably haven't thought about that, but maybe you have, I don't know. Where are you people from?
Preservation Alliance. We're a non-corporate planet with a communal governing system.
Oh, neat. What are you doing on this shitty planet?
We have mineral and data options for this continent.
Oh, right. My bosses at Delphi used to call you guys the amateurs.
Pretty rude,
Yeah.
but they weren't wrong. Only amateurs would risk their lives to save a sec unit.
Come here, baby. That's it, last one. Got it.
Nice work.
Fantastic. Now remember to reboot me before you put me back online so I don't kill you all.
Ready to reboot.
Nice.
Garothan, I'm gonna need you to plug into its system, track for any bad code.
Oh, what, he's gonna do it?
He's gonna look for the memories too, maybe.
My job is to protect you from harm.
The governor module's disabled.
Wait a second. I'm out of med bay and they are still alive. Nice.
It's awake.
Looking at their hopeful faces, I was glad I didn't murder them. Mostly.
Yeah.
Why isn't it moving?
Because I had hub system immobilize it from the neck down.
Just in case.
What's wrong, Garothan?
As you know, I have been noticing some anomalies with the sec unit.
Uh-oh.
And when I plugged into its system,
Uh-oh.
the unit...
But you can blame it on the combat module.
It hacked its governor module.
It's rogue.
On the entertainment feed, this is what they call an oh shit moment.
Okay, so what exactly does this mean, Gura?
Oh, I'll tell you what this means. Either I'm dead or you're dead.
Doesn't have to follow our commands. We have no control over its behavior. Shared all of my data with Bardwaj, and she agrees with me completely.
Bardwaj.
Damn it, Barge Wash.
I don't agree with Garothan.
Ha!
The governor module is working then?
No, it's definitely hacked. It's a free agent, a rogue, as they say. But it's acting to preserve our lives, to take care of us.
It's doing its job.
More reason for us to trust it.
Isn't that what we objected to in the first place? Its lack of free will?
Absolutely.
Free will to do what exactly? We have been sabotaged since the moment we got here. The missing hazard reports, the missing pieces of the map, and I guarantee you, the number one suspect, sec unit.
So unfair.
Probably what happened to Delphi. It's connected somehow.
Oh, bullshit. Somebody is sabotaging.
Yeah, it's not this guy.
They had nothing to do with it.
Seki?
It told us about the combat module. It told us to kill it. Why would it do that if it wanted to hurt us?
If the company wanted to order Sec Unit to kill us, we'd be dead by now.
company isn't trying to kill you.
Well, well, well. Look who found its voice. You have some explaining to do.
Sec unit, how do you know that?
Because if they wanted you dead, they would poison your supplies using the recycling system. The company has a financial interest in keeping you alive.
Yeah.
The financial payments for your deaths will be extremely high.
Mm-hmm.
Grathan, tell them how it spends its time. That's what was originally concerning to you, right?
It's downloaded thousands of hours of entertainment programming. Mostly serials. Mostly some show called Sanctuary Moon.
You don't know Sanctuary Moon.
Hey, did you see the one where the colony solicitor killed the terraforming supervisor who is the secondary donor of her implanted baby?
That's a damn lie. She didn't kill him. She was framed by bookkeeper Bits and Mark. That little snake.
It's watching the show!
That's literally such a deep cut.
But also, how can its mouth move if it's being immobilized? Shouldn't the mouth stop moving as well?
You just have to keep it immobilized.
That won't work.
Oh, yeah? And why is that?
Let him go!
Sec unit.
Because I hacked the command flow from hub system.
Sec unit. Yes, I understand that. You don't have to obey our orders. Or anybody's orders. But that has been the case the entire time that we have been here. I would like you to remain part of our group. At least until we get off this planet and to a place of safety.
They need protection.
Sec unit, I want you to promise me that you will protect Grathan as much as you protect all the rest of us.
I don't need its protection. Why? Hub system has seen all this.
Hub system hasn't recorded any of this. We just fed it an hour of mundane activity from the logs. Hub system may have been compromised by an outside agent. You cannot trust it. I suggest it's time to trigger the emergency beacon.
Yes. Yes, I agree.
They still haven't done that, huh?
Libby, did Doubtful attempt to launch its beacon?
Doubtfall? I don't know. They didn't tell me much.
That must have been so frustrating. What was your job at Deltfall?
I was mostly maintenance and cleaning, you know? Laundry.
They brought someone along to do laundry.
It's disgusting.
Right?
I'm on a 7-year indenture to Intertrav Mining Solutions, so I can't help it if I don't have a degree.
Damn. Intertrav Solutions? Interesting.
Indentured servitude thing, that's disgusting.
That's the thing that's
disgusting.
Quiet, please.
Oh, thank you.
I can't reach the beacon.
Neither could I. And that was bad news.
Trying, Gura, keep trying.
How does it work, the beacon?
It launches into orbit and sends an EM pulse through the wormhole to summon help. In this case, a company starship.
Well, how long does it take them to get here?
5 days, usually.
5 days. But what if whoever sent that thing to attack us at Deltfall finds out where we are?
No, Deltfall's like an ocean away, so we're good. You're safe here.
Signal's still not going through.
I'll take the hopper to the beacon and set it off manually.
Not on your own, you won't. We are not about to trust you with our hopper.
I'll go too.
Ida.
I'm the best pilot. Well, I am. Everyone pack essentials, supplies for a week, and when we get back, I suggest that we move into a more hidden area.
There's a cave nearby, apparently.
I mean, I'm so proud of how they have been grown and how they are in the world. The youngest one, especially, just...
For some reason, humans liked talking about their offspring. Even if you didn't ask.
I hate that. I actually do. I didn't ask, so why are you telling me?
There was no sign of forced entry at Doubtful.
None at all.
Maybe they knew the people who came, otherwise why would they let them in?
You would do it. If another group of scientists showed up at the habitat, said that they had just arrived on the planet and had an equipment failure, you would let them right in.
People don't lock their doors.
Without asking any questions. Even if I told you not to.
They can be a bit naive. That must be so frustrating.
From a security standpoint, yes.
When they went to Doubtfall, they told them they were us. The people at Doubtfall thought that they were helping us.
That's the beacon. I'll try to launch it with a burst communication. Maintain this distance. It's not working. We'll have to reboot it by hand.
Yeah. What's wrong with the beacon?
Land close by. I'll plug in and start the sequence.
All right. Taking it in for landing.
And be ready. We will have 4 minutes to clear the area before the launch.
Sec unit.
Interesting.
I want to talk about what happened earlier with Grathan. Have you ever heard a client before?
Wait.
Unauthorized system and everything?
Hop her around now!
Damn. Knew they were coming? You son of a bitch. Yeah, okay. So the beacon just exploded. Something's watching, maybe? Or it could have just been a proximity thing. But there's definitely something wrong on this planet. What are they covering up? Is it a third party? Is it the alien tech? I don't know. Like, what reason would the Bond company have killing a bunch of hippies? You know what I mean? Like, Sec Unit literally just said that, like, it wouldn't be the Bond company killing its clients because it's just bad business. And the death payouts would be astronomical. So, I don't know. There's definitely something on this planet, though. And do you think what they said was true? Like, what they were guessing was that the third party pretended to be this group, and the Deltfall unit just let them in, and then they started killing everybody? Because they're right. There was no sign of forced entry or any damage done to that, I don't know, habitat or whatever you want to call it. The doors were locked, though. I assume that was this third party that came in and did everything. Yeah, it's an interesting one. Still a mystery. But, I mean, you know, the other big thing this episode was that they all now know that the governor module was hacked. I mean, Sec Unit could have blamed it on the combat module, but didn't. Just went with it. They all seem to... They're wary, but they seem to like the fact that he now has free will. So, that's a plus. Yeah, I'm still not sure about what's her name. Did we actually... Yeah, Labibi? From the industrial place, 151523. She's got 7 years indentured servitude to Intertrav or something. Let me see if I can find that again. I heard Intertrav, but it's just something feels off with her. You know what I mean? Now, she's there for maintenance, but she could also be one of the third party people that was let in and started killing people, you know, with that combat unit. But yeah, she was asking questions about the Sec Unit, and then when they started asking questions about what Deltfall was up to or whatever, she redirected the whole conversation by talking about a robot dick. So there's something's definitely off with her. And I'm not gonna trust this woman.
What was your job at Deltfall?
I was mostly maintenance and cleaning, you know, laundry.
They brought someone along to do laundry.
It's disgusting.
Right?
I'm on a 7-year indenture to Intertrav Mining Solutions.
Yeah, Intertrav Mining Solutions. Finally found it. Intertrav Mining Solution. 7 years dentured there, and she was doing their laundry and stuff. So that is another company. Obviously has something to do with the mining colony. So there's a connective tissue there. I just don't know how it fits. You know, we're getting more pieces to the puzzle. But other than that, I don't think there was much else really to talk about. What's his name? The one in the throuple. Again, terrible with names. And I can't read my own writing, apparently. Is thinking about having children now that he's in this relationship. But Penley obviously never really thought about it. Doesn't seem at all interested in doing that. Penley is the one that's, I don't know, doesn't quite want to be in the throuple, but only did it to make what's-her-name happy. So, there's that. Don't think there was anything else worth talking about this episode. No, that's pretty much it. The only other thing that comes to mind would be Garethan struggling with his emotions towards Mansa as well. And when I say struggling, I don't like he's struggling to get the words out and actually convey his feelings towards her, so but that's about it. But yeah, so we got more questions, man. These questions just keep piling up. Do we trust Labibi? Which is a weird name to say, Labibi. But yeah, do we trust this 7-year indentured woman to the mining solutions? Do we trust this woman at all? Is she part of this cover-up? Is she part of the attack? That's it. Let me know what y'all think about this episode. Join me next time for episode 6, but in the meantime, as usual, if you'll enjoy this reaction and want to see more, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and of course, join me next time. And I'll see you there. Bye, guys.